That's a great question, and something that we kind of frequently have as a topic of discussion, especially when we're meeting with earlier stage companies, which might be relatively kind of early on in terms of actually creating the product or kind of coming out to market and getting feedback on the product. I'd say at a high level, just to comment on kind of how we think about companies. There's three different areas that we think about companies from. So one is like kind of the business fundamentals, right? And that goes into like, what does the historical performance of the company look like? What do the projections look like? How accurate have they been? Like, what does the financial metrics of the company look like? And kind of what is the long-term competitive advantage that this company is actually building, right? And I think that's where, if I'm thinking about where a lot of the conversation happens on like kind of technical risk, because sometimes some of these companies, the long-term competitive advantage is that technical IP that they're building, right? And it is the fact that, hey, listen, if they are able to actually execute on this and build this platform, there'll be network effects, or there might be a data moat that they end up creating, or there might be a distribution moat that they end up creating. And there's various flavors of what that kind of technical moat could actually look like. But that's I'd say bucket one of like kind of some of the topics and areas that we start to focus on. The second bucket, I would say, and I'll come back to kind of technical risk, but just to kind of talk about like what we're looking at. The second bucket that we're focused on is the team, right? And as much as the idea that we are kind of excited about, kind of all of those other metrics that I just talked about that we're excited about, especially in early stage companies, on average now, like venture investments are taking, anywhere from 7 to 8 years to even longer to actually like eventually exit. And we want to be as excited about the idea as we are about the team. And we want that team to be excited to work with us.